Hey guys, my name's Stacy and I'm an intuitive tarot reader. So today I'm going to be giving a read. Oh, look at that. The Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. This is going to be a good read. Today I'm going to be reading for my Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. These are my water signs. So if you're a water sign, stay. I want to say before I start that use your discernment, take what resonates for you. Tarot is not a future-telling tool. It is a tool to better help you navigate your life, the journey, and the possibilities that are in it. Okay, so we're going to start with some situation cards. Source, Spirit, Ancestors, Archangels. I ask that you give my collective, my water signs, this reading with love, light, guidance, and clarity, and understanding for their higher and greater good and for the higher and greater good of those around them. So let's see what we got first. We've got coffee cup. Meeting, talking, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, and building a friendship. So you could be meeting somebody new or meeting an old friend for coffee. And we've got poker face, taking a chance, risks and options, not showing your hand, and gambling. Don't gamble. But those are some situations that could be going on in your life, maybe this week or this month. I'm going to get a couple more. Get a couple more. Yeah, definitely don't gamble. All right, let's see. What do we got? We've got movement. Okay, so maybe you're moving places or you're just moving along in life as you should and you're killing it. We've got Mars, ambition, war, lust, aggression, and this is what drives us in our SMEX drive, because I'm pretty sure I can't say that on here. So that's interesting. Pretty powerful planet. All right. We're going to do the Celtic cross. I'm going to lay out the cards. I'm going to tell you what they are, and then we're going to go back over them. All right, so card 1. This is where you are. This is your current energy. And this is the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, the next one is what's influencing you. And this could be positive or negative. It could be a challenge or a block, or it could just be good. But this is what's influencing your energy. And this is the Ten of Wands. All right, and then we've got, oh wow, we've got 2. I'm going to keep those as outside energy. That's the Knight of Wands in the upright and the Knight of Cups in reverse. 2 knights. 2 knights. That's like, somebody got 2 men. Okay, let's keep going. Card 3 is your subconscious. This is what you're not really aware of. This is kind of like what you're not seeing in the background. This is the Star in reverse. And then we've got card 4, your recent past. This is the 9 of Swords in the reverse. Card 5 is your conscious mind. This is your goals, your hopes, your dreams. And we've got another knight in the upright, the Knight of Pentacles. He's the slowest moving knight. Okay. And then we've got card 6, your immediate future. Your immediate future is the Ten of Swords reverse. Okay. And this is if you stay on this path. And then we've got your heart's desire. At number 7 is justice in reverse. We've got number 8 is the advice from Spirit, Source, your ancestors, archangels. The action to take is the Ace of Wands reverse. And then your potential outcome, if you stay on this course, if you stay on the path that you're on, is the 3 of Pentacles in the upright. So that's a lot of energy and a lot of movement, and a lot of knights. So, and then we've got the 4 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so the first card is your current energy, and I apologize for my cards. This is the 9 of Pentacles reverse. So this is kind of like misdirected activity. This is like your energy's kind of scattered everywhere right now. You got to kind of reel it in a little bit. I feel like you're maybe overworking yourself. You're maybe hustling. Maybe you have a job and then you're hustling on the side. Maybe this is a relationship and you're like hustling on the side. Whatever this might be. You're not very confident that it's going to work out for you. I feel like the energy right now is like a real big lack of focus. I think that you need to kind of reel it in, bring the energy, start vibrating at a higher frequency, you don't have to be perfect. This is like perfectionism. Like, this is like every little thing has to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like that. Source is trying to tell you that, yes, you're working hard, but you're not focusing on the right things. So reel it in and, yeah, kind of turn that around. Kind of direct your activity towards something meaningful for yourself. So your current challenge is the Ten of Wands, and this is kind of like a burdensome card. See how he's carrying everybody else's burdens? Like, he's got his own, and then he's like, oh wait, well, I'll carry that for you, because he's just so like giving. What this is trying to tell you is it's going to bring exhaustion. It's going to bring pressure. It's going to bring depression, even maybe. You're overcommitting to a lot of things, and you're kind of sacrificing your energy when really you need to be focusing that on yourself. On the other side of this, this is like problem solving, rejuvenation, and freedom from these burdens. So, take it how it resonates and use your discernment. But this is like, you're a hard worker. You really do sacrifice for what you believe in, and you really do achieve most goals that you set out to achieve. But you also take on a lot. You take on like everybody else's shit. And you can't do that because you have no time for yourself after that. You have no oomph left in you. And while, that's like a very selfless act, and you can still do that, just don't carry all of it by yourself. Maybe ask a friend to help. So if this is a relationship, maybe don't really take on your partner's crap. Don't take on all their burdens from the day and then have all your burdens from the day, and then you have nobody to talk to and unburden on. Don't take all the trauma dumping. Really set your boundaries and focus on what it is that you need, because your needs are important too. So the next card is, this is your subconscious. So this is what you're not aware of. This is what you're kind of not seeing. And this is the Star in reverse. Somebody could be impotent in your life. And that could be in a number of ways, right? Take it how it resonates. Somebody's kind of like just not doing their part. I don't feel like this is you. This is what you're not seeing. Somebody in your life or around you, what I'm getting is like, they don't trust themselves. Like, they have like a lack of faith. And that doesn't have to be religion. That doesn't have to be like that. They have a lack of faith. I feel like what I'm getting is in themselves. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like you're definitely not seeing this. Maybe this person presents as having faith in themselves, as being very confident, as being kind of arrogant, maybe. I'm getting arrogant. But I think that they're scared to disappoint you. They're very disconnected. Yeah, they're very disconnected from their source. They're disconnected from their consciousness, their being, right? Yeah. They don't trust themselves, but they're very like showy. I'm getting showy and in your face to you. That's why you don't see this. But behind closed doors, they're impotent. Behind closed doors, they lack the faith. They lack something that is connecting them to their higher power, to their consciousness, right? Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and say that is what our extra energy is about, something you're not seeing. And this is two nights. So I don't know if maybe you have two males in your life, and this is not for everybody, but somebody has two males in their life. Maybe they're very different. One is very impulsive. One is very arrogant, showy, doesn't trust himself and in your face, right? And the other one is very logical, very clear-minded, very forward-thinking, but maybe a little more like inward, a little more like he doesn't kind of act like that. He kind of is like very humble. Yeah, you've got two very different, or what I'm getting is this could also be one person, and they're very, their personalities are, and I say I just said personalities for a reason, plural. I just got cut off in the middle of that. But maybe what I was getting at is this one, you know, one's a fast thinker and one's impulsive, and the other one's logical and very like driven, but in a subtle way. I think this person really needs to figure out if they trust themselves or not. I think this person really maybe has a personality disorder, and I'm not certified to say that yet. But I think that either this person or these people have been through a lot of heartbreak, and maybe you don't see the unresolved part of that person. So just kind of, what I'm getting is just kind of keep watch for it, because overall, these people or this person in your life is a great person, and they have good intentions, because we've also got the Knight of Pentacles here, and he's the slowest moving knight in the deck. So maybe you're waiting on a proposal, or you feel like you're waiting on a proposal, and he's just taking his time, and he or she energy is fluid, right? Doesn't matter. And they're just taking their time, and you're like, when is it going to happen? Like something like that. And, you know, fit the situation to your life. But they're very loyal, and they're very persistent either way. Okay, and I'm going to say they, because one person or two, this person is very multidimensional. But they lack the self-trust. They lack the real confidence, not the showy, arrogant confidence. That's fake. They lack the real confidence to maybe make that move, maybe do that for you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Sorry, that was a long one. Okay, so recent past, you've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. So this is releasing worry, releasing fear, having the courage and understanding that, yes, you might have depression, you might have seasonal depression, you might have anxiety, maybe a disorder, you might have all these outside things that you stay up late at night worrying about, like, how can I get through the next day because I have so much anxiety and I have to worry about this and that. You're letting go of that, and you've let go of that. That's your recent past. You've really this, even the little secrets that you had, like, you're like, screw that, I'm not wasting any more time on worrying about something that I cannot change because it's my past, right? You can't change that, and you don't want to keep reliving that, because what that does to your body is it makes it go haywire. Every time you have that thought, you feel that emotion, right? You feel the emotion of when you were in that time. And that triggers your body into either a panic attack or, sadness. And you don't want to do that. You think of happy thoughts. You're seeking clarity. You've found clarity within a couple situations that I feel like were really relevant in your life. I feel like you don't, even though they were rather big, is what I'm getting, and this is what I'm intuitively hearing. They were big secrets. They were big issues in your background, right? Things that you went through that nobody should have to go through. But you have seen the clear side of it. You've seen the reality of it. You've dealt with it the way you should. So you're releasing the inner worry. You've released the inner turmoil and the deep-seated fears. And that's your recent past. And I'm really proud of you, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Okay, so here's the other night. Oh, I've got a doorbell. So this is your conscious mind and your goals, okay? So like I said, this is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but this is the one that has common sense, responsibility, loyalty. You really have patience and persistence. So anyway, I live with other women. Yeah. So this is your conscious mind, your goals, and your dreams. Okay, so this is like responsibility, common sense, loyalty, dedication. This is routine. Maybe you're getting yourself into a routine now, and you're like, you're really sticking to it. This could be a workout routine. This could be any kind of routine. Like me, myself, I wake up and I have my smoke, and then I have my coffee, and then I shower, and that's every day, whether I'm doing my hair and makeup or not. But that's the kind of routine that I need for myself, so that I stay on track. So this is like just dedication and patience. Your goals and your dreams are that you want to get what you want to get done, and you want to have a solid routine. You feel like, I almost feel like everybody around you has a routine, and you're like, I want one of those. But your goals and your dreams are huge. They're big. And though they might come in slow, they're coming in, and you're making them happen. But what you got to do is okay, so this is what I do. I'll do like one uncomfortable thing a day, like something I really don't want to do and that maybe I've never done, but I push myself to do that, because when you live in the uncomfortable, that's when you really learn the lessons, right? So try that. But you've got the common sense, and you've got the dreams. You really are a big dreamer, and it shows. It definitely shows. Keep dreaming big. Keep your loyalty. That's a good one. Keep your persistence, and learn a new routine. And that's what I think Source is trying to say. All right, so your immediate future. This is if you stay on this track that you're on now. You've got the Ten of Swords reverse. So the Ten of Swords reverse is like, it can't get any worse. Like, you've already been through the shit. You're coming out the other side. It can't get any worse. This would be getting worse. This is not. This is like regeneration. Like, this is like rejuvenation. This is releasing self-pity. This is recovering. You're not overly dramatic anymore about things. You're like, it is what it is. I have no control outside of me. Let it happen, and we'll handle it that way, right? So this is your immediate future. You're coming out of the victim mentality. You're coming out of the denial, and you're coming out of the avoidance. Because when we avoid things and we don't go through them, we go around them. You're going to end up going around in circles until you go through them. What the consciousness wants you to do is learn. It wants you to go through it. So you're coming out of avoidance. And it really can't get any worse. And that's your immediate future. And I think that that's great. You know, it might not sound like A1, but I think that that's going to be a big lesson for you. So your heart's desire is justice in reverse. So this talks about you wanting fairness. You want accountability. You want, this could even be a legal decision. This could have something to do with maybe a court case or the law. You want accountability in something. You either want to take accountability, or you want somebody to take accountability. Somebody was being either dishonest or unfair or not balanced with you. I feel like this could be a legal decision in your life. Yeah. You don't want biases. You don't want complications. You want this to be resolved, and you want whoever this is or whatever this is, take it as it resonates, to be worked out, obviously in your favor, but you want it to be fair. Okay, so you want whatever this is to be fair. And you feel, I think, you know, with justice in reverse, you feel like it's kind of not going to be fair. But I think that that's really pessimistic, and I think that that's really negative thinking. I think that you should probably turn it around and know that Source has your back, and you're heartfelt and compassionate. You're true to who you are, and Source sees that, and I think that that will have an influence on whatever this is. I don't think it's going to be unfair. Just take your own accountability and you know, own up to whatever it is maybe that you did or didn't do, whatever the case may be. You don't have control over what the other person is going to say and or do, or what the other person, place, or thing, I should say, is going to say and or do. So make sure you know that, so you're not worrying. You've already released all this worry, and stand your ground. Okay, so the advice is the next one. And this is the Eight of Cups reverse. You're really, the advice here is that you may be lacking a little bit in the emotional maturity department. And that, I think that's a stagnation for you. You're accepting what is. You're in the process of accepting what is. So the advice is just to kind of learn to be a little more emotionally mature. Don't hold back your emotions, right? Don't hold them back. Don't hesitate, but learn how to release them in a more healthy, mature manner. That's the advice. You know, because you have a lot of, I don't know if it's trauma. You've got a lot of stuff going on. You carry a lot for a lot of other people. And that might result in you walking away from people prematurely. That might result in you maybe losing your cool on people prematurely, and carrying a lot of weight and burden. But I feel like you're kind of accepting that now. You kind of have more of like a self-awareness. And I think that you can see moving forward that you need to be able to release your emotions in a healthy way. And that's the advice. All right, so the action to take is the Ace of Wands reverse. You're procrastinating. You're procrastinating. What you're doing is you're having an idea and you're writing it down 100 times. And then the next day you'll sit and you'll write it down 100 more times. But you're not going anywhere with it. You're stuck. You're procrastinating. You know where you need to go with it. You know exactly what it is that you need to do. But I feel like you lack the direction. And this might be a new idea. And while you're writing, try to think of new ways to write it. And I say writing as an example. This could be anything. But you are definitely in the midst of a creative block. And I think that it's not the lack of the idea. It's the lack of how to get the idea out. How to get the idea to other people. How to present the idea. How to present the idea. Yeah, you're definitely sitting there in like a stalemate. You're like, I have this great idea and I want to tell all these people and do all these things. How the hell do I do it? Ask Source. Ask Source for help. Okay? Because the next card is asking Source for help. And this is the potential outcome. And I'll just do it now. This is you and your energy and your ideas. And this is your spirit team wondering how they can help you. All you have to do is ask for the help, right? Ask for the help. Ask Source, how can I grow? How can I collaborate? How can I learn? How can I have this great vision. How can I get to the goal, the main show, right? How can I get there? And your spirit team will work with you to help sharpen your vision and to help share your ideas and your goals if that's what you want to do. And if it's something for yourself, they'll help you get there too. But they're just waiting on you to ask. They're always there for you. Your archangels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, Source, consciousness, we all are there for you. We all connect. And once you start to see that, you'll be unstoppable. This is teamwork. This is like, you're going to be recognized for something. Your quality. Your quality. It's quality over quantity. I'm here. This is quality. What you have in your head, what you have in your heart and your soul is quality work. And you'll get there. They really are just waiting. They're like, we just need to know when. We just need to know when. So tell them, ask them, talk to them, openly talk to them. Who cares what it sounds like? I do it. Have the oomph, have that within you, because you have it within you. And that goes back to, that reminds me of self-trust. Maybe you need a little self-trust too, right? Maybe you need to trust more in collaborating with others. Maybe you need to trust more in teamwork. Because you got that quality within you. You just need to bring it out. I think that this is a good path for you, in my opinion, in my intuitive opinion. I think that this is a good path for you. I think that you do have a little relationship struggle, but it's not a bad one. I don't think it's a bad one. Let's see what else we get. And these are hard to shuffle, so look at that. We'll take Spirit Team. Spirit Team. Do you see that? They're telling you, hey, I'm here. Releasing the past. That's what you're working on. And then the one that fell, you bring out the best in me because you see the best in me. And that could be you to yourself, or you to these personalities, these other personalities over here. But I love that. They're telling you, hey, we're waiting. I mean, how much more obvious can that be? Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, I hope that you enjoyed your read. It's kind of a long one. Kind of went off on a tangent, but they're waiting. So get that quality work out there, and I'll see you next time.